Okay, expanding upon high performance training, that post that I did yesterday, even my evolution of 24 years clinically, when it started out, high performance training, if we were to define it, I'd be like, it's, to prepare for high level sports or high level competition or high level combat. And stayed in it for a while. And then I started to see the principles and concepts that we were exposed to and we were exposing and diving into and trying to learn and break down and break apart and dissolve and challenge with constant experimentation, constant research through participation. You come to find out that these principles and rules apply to everyone. And it's a shame that it only is put into a category of the competing elite, quote unquote, athlete, whatever that means. And so that's why I approach it the way I do when people are coming in to change their lives. They could be coming in for, just trying to understand their body's symptoms. They could be coming in to preparing for a pregnancy. They could be coming in to preparing to become pregnant. They could be, prepping for a surgery, post-surgery, trying to avoid a surgery, having an injury, having a symptom, or just straight up trying to just change every aspect of their life to level up and to understand what that means and take hold of it and break free from the, I'm going to call them big everything, big tech, big fitness, big green, big pharma, big food, big holistic. It's all the big stuff. That has now pulling from the same story, pitching different shit, different marketing, different products. So, but you want to think of this. So it is high performance training. I mean, training is just high performance across the board. It's just the human being is a high performance animal, a being, an organism. And if you look at what we get to participate in, even from the mundane aspect of things, they're a big deal. And they're a big deal when they're taken away from you or when you purposefully kind of fast yourself from stuff. You realize, holy shit, it takes a lot to be able to just do some of the things that we get to do on the day-to-day. And so even think about being able to prepare yourself through training and through other elements that affect muscle, because it's not just training, but preparing yourself to throw a baseball as hard as you want, any number of times for any number of days in a row without getting injured. Like, that's the reality. That's the first grade. That's the basic. That's the capacity that we all have. Now go into being able to prepare yourself to be able to play in a full combat sport like football and be able to put yourself in a position where you can get tackled, where there's no rules to protect you because it's you protecting you. And there's no extra padding that's going to offset your negligence in your life and everything else, but you can be able to go into that environment, no problem. Even war, even being able to prepare for battle or prepare for militant aspects of combat for whatever the reason is that you feel that you needed to participate in that. Those don't hold the candle. Are they high performance? Of course they are. I mean, we could go into, if you've ever done it, or you can talk to these people and go, what's it like to be in war? What's it like to compete at the highest level? What's it like, throwing 300 pitches on game day? What's it like, getting tackled by Ed Reed? What's it like? Okay. And you'll hear, and it's like, my God, it's just this supreme level of, I call it force and energy. But it wasn't enough to break you. So you're still here. Great. So I wonder what life does. What are other things in life that hit just as much demanding for a high performance human organism, human being? Coming back after surviving war and facing the effects and needing to make massive changes in your life so you're not just a drugged out vegetable at the VA. Or whatever people are saying is PTSD, just a healing response, and up to that person to go ahead and do the work. That level of honesty, truth, and dissolving the stories and going in and trying to put themselves in a position to be able to heal so their body doesn't have to give them the reason to feel the way they feel, just as high performing to face those changes and face those truths than it was to even survive a missile or a bomb or troops or whatever it's going or whatever it's going to be. Now take morning guys. Now take the athlete that throws, again, 300 pitches, or somebody who survives whatever the elements are. Now they have to face themselves in the mirror and understand how they are in relationships, or how they are in their marriage, or how they are raising a child, or how they are and why they even had a child in the first place, or why they're wanting to move to this location or move to that location, or how they are in their careers, to change these habits, change these patterns, face these things head on. That's high performance. To even be able to lay on an operating table and have them do something to you because you believe in that model. They'll even turn you away if you're not strong enough. They'll say, you cannot handle this surgery. You are not strong enough. You would probably die more than likely if we were to do this. And believe it or not, we don't want you to die by our hands, even though they're totally covered for it. They have insurance out the ass and they're completely fine with it. So they will even say, on that note, you can't handle that surgery. You are not strong enough. So even surgery is high performance. Labor is high performance. Growing a fucking baby, a human, is high performance. Delivering that, raising them, facing yours to admit that you will make mistakes, and they will then have to learn from those healing responses that you raised them in. Just because you didn't do what your mom and dad did, they're going to have to respond to yours. It's just how it goes. So again, is that more high performing than war? I think so, right? Or sports, or combat, or martial arts, or high performance training is fucking life, because life hits more than a game. Life hits more than battle. Life hits more than, and it's going to ask of you. It's going to put you in front of you at some point, and you won't be able to hide from it. You can medicate it, you can herb it, you can plant medicine it, you can collate it, chelate it, whatever it's called. You can go ahead in and do therapies and do trauma and conflict work and all this other stuff. But at some point, if you dissolve the symptoms of healing, it catches up and it's going to face the lesson you were supposed to learn and you were supposed to face within that. And it's going to expect you to be prepared. And that is what high performance is. It's preparing the body. That is what training is. Preparing the body to manage the forces of your life. And there are levels of force and energy that exceed anything you would ever watch on TV. It's the stuff going on that nobody is celebrating. It's the stuff going on that nobody even wants to write down on a piece of paper. It's the stuff that nobody's saying at dinner tables. It's the stuff that you can't look yourself in the eye because you know where you would look and need to go and need to change. So we're going to take back what training is, and that's what we got to do. It's the moniker and the sales pitch behind what is high performance training is just so upside down on its head, and it has it be like it's out of reach and it's only for a select group of people. It is for every human being. Training is this non-negotiable essential, and it's the number one essential next to owning the body only heals, because it prepares your capacity to, one, admit the truth in certain areas where you need the work, two, to oversensitize, uptick your sensitization to understand how your body's going to respond to every different input that you're going to make changes in. Three, to even be able to find food, digest food, crave food, pass food out, prepare it, and then your capacity to repeatedly do the work over and over. Your capacity to handle a level of symptoms. Your capacity to survive throughout these things, to see these truths and understand what it is. Because healing is a guarantee. We said that. You don't do things to heal, as we said. Good morning, you guys. We don't do things to heal, as I've said before. We don't eat these ways to heal. We don't move these ways to heal. We don't do light to heal. We don't, have good relationships to heal. Healing is all the time. It's the promise. It's always happening. You can't turn it off. And if you tried, it would just tell you to fuck you. Like, try to stop a scab. Not happening. Try to stop bleeding. Cut yourself and try to stop bleeding. By not intervening to slow it down so that the body forms a scab. So it's always happening. Healing from damage, healing from is understanding why your body wants you to do this. It's the wisdom game. It's the lesson. That is what is preparing you to move forward in life. That is what the healing is always there. That is not why we do anything. To feel better, to fix this, to correct that, cannot be that. So healing is always there. That's a cool thing to sit back on and be like, oh, sweet, cool. I've got this then. Now we got to go in and do the work. And how much are you prepared to be able to do the work? And that is going to come from your non-negotiable, deliberate training that you are going to do every single day. And activity is not training. Activity are things that we can do because of our training. They're another thing that's off that. what we have in this world, again, an active lifestyle is a healthy life. Fully agree, but you got to be prepared to be active. And that's something that we're missing as well. So we're trying to take back what that definition is. What the definition is of high performance training. And every single one of you, whether you're in sports or whether you are a vet or whether you compete in any way, is a high performance. All of you are high performance athletes. You are high performance humans. You are high performance organisms. You are high performance in every single way. And now you got to prepare to express that, because that's not whether you decide to be that or not. Everything you do in life is high performance if you break it down to levels of force and energy. Boom.